The OKC Thunder have gone on to win a very suspenseful game against the Timberwolves, stealing a very valuable game on the road. Although it looked like we were going to get a tie before we headed back to Oklahoma, the MVP, Shai, made sure to showcase his abilities on both ends of the court. So the only question now is, can they finish the job on their home court? And if so, are they the clear favourites to win the chip after everything they've showcased so far? For those of you who had doubts about Shai's MVP season, I believe he proved you all wrong in Game 4 against Minnesota. Thanks to the elite defensive skill set, OKC was able to steal a game on the Timberwolves' court and show that they are ready to put their money where their mouths are. Throughout the entire game, the Thunder shot 50.5% from the field and 43.2% from behind the arc, highlighting the massive offensive impact of their game as well. And when it comes to Shai, I don't think it gets any better than this. The man got shattered in Game 3's blowout loss, where his team lost with a 42-point difference. However, in Game 4, he made sure to showcase his dominance, flirting with a triple-double and scoring 40 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds. He was doing everything that you could imagine, including bodying Gobert, one of the best defensive players in the league, in his own paint. When talking about the game that was heavily impacted by the fans' presence and the chants coming against the free throw merchant, as Shai went on to explain, "It's your job to go out there and play basketball and shut the fans up. I enjoyed it for sure. The fans are going to do whatever they can do to help their team win and not help my team win. And that's what creates home court advantage, a fan base, and energy in the building. So I expect nothing else." Coming from a game in which he only went to the charity stripe 4 times and scored 14 points, Shai saw his biggest weakness being exposed, and many of the Wolves fans expected that this would continue in Game 4 as well. But that didn't turn out to be the case. This time, SGA attempted 14 free throws and cashed in 12. And when addressing the chants about him living and dying on the free throw line, he went on to say, "In terms of the free throw merchant label, I've said this before. I've shot more free throws in a season than I did in this season. Now that we are on the top, people care about it. I don't care. I've never cared. I see it as a compliment." As if this wasn't enough, SGA made sure to drop a historical stat sheet to highlight his dominance in these series. In Game 4, Shai became just the 5th player in NBA history to record 40 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds in a conference finals game. It put the Wolves fans in a frenzy. One went on to say that it's a very tough day to be a fan of Minnesota right now, while others wrote that they sympathise with Edwards, even though he wasn't the leading scorer for the team when it mattered the most. However, the gameplay of the Thunder was designed to do precisely that, so all in all, the 2024/25 MVP has shown why the best player on the best team narrative matters the most. But it wasn't just Shai who managed to pick up the pace after the sluggish loss in Game 3. The other, all-star, Jalen Williams, dropped a career-high 6 three-pointers. The Thunder's backcourt scored 74 points, and it was a lethal combination that the Wolves just had no answer to. All in all, Shai made sure to get to his spots, score his own shots, and, of course, do the intelligent foul baiting as much as he could. Still, there is something that we find very interesting to interpret. The Thunder managed to play elite offense as well as defense while going small with Caruso, primarily because they were able to run around the Wolves' big around the court. Players like Gobert, Naz Reid, and Randle would have to navigate screens and get out of their comfort zones in order to have proper gameplay. Finally, the Thunder understood how they need to address the lack of offensive presence of big men. Whenever SGA or Williams have entered the paint, Holmgren and Hartenstein made sure to follow, which is why they had 4 offensive boards apiece. It's a massive statement made by the Thunder, and now it seems like the Wolves have nothing else to seek in this series. Even experts like Kendrick Perkins have stated their belief that we're going into an era in which OKC has figured out the game to perfection, and when addressing the game during the halftime show, the former NBA champion said, "Again, OKC is one of the greatest defensive teams that we will witness in NBA history. There is a reason why you are able to go small with Holmgren at the 5. You have Caruso, Dort, Cason Wallace, and all these dogs on the perimeter. So, why is the Thunder gameplay so special? I guess the defense is something you cannot replicate. Both Edwards and Randle were shut down, and there was a proper reason why the two best defensive guards on the squad, Lou Dort and Alex Caruso, played 30 and 33 minutes, respectively. Their purpose was to apply as much pressure as they could on Edwards, while not allowing Holmgren to be bullied under his own paint. When talking about this, the superstar of the Wolves said that Thunder did exactly what they should have done, so props were given where they're due. Furthermore, Edwards said, "They went back to how they were playing in games 1 and 2. I got to take shots, but not selfish shots. They were shooting the gaps. I just didn't get enough chances to shoot the ball. It was what they were doing, not what I didn't do. Forcing turnovers is what Thunder does best, and in this case, they found the weakest link on the Wolves team, Julius Randle. It seemed very obvious that whenever he got the ball, the Thunder swarmed around him and forced him into making mistakes and losing his self-confidence. That's why Randle had just 5 points and 4 turnovers in the first half. For the rest of the game, he didn't contribute much, finishing with 1 field goal made out of 7 attempts. That was the reason why Wolves' coach, Chris Finch, forced the bench to a great extent, but that didn't turn out in their favour either. The best player in Game 4, Gilgeous-Alexander Walker, who scored 23 points and received props from his cousin SGA, said that if they don't play like there is no tomorrow in Game 5, they can wave the series goodbye. When addressing the situation after the shocking loss when it mattered the most, Alexander Walker said, "We've got to be desperate. We've got to play like there is no tomorrow because there isn't. And right now, if we want to win, it's not about how much we can score. It's about, can we get the stops? Can we get the rebounds? Can we find a way to make winning plays relentlessly and consistently?" So, for us, that's the focus. For me, whatever that's going to look like. All in all, the situation is not looking very good for the Wolves right now. They are down 3-1, and now they have to go and play a game against OKC in what could be the last time we're seeing this team in the playoffs. Although the dominant wins against the Lakers and the Warriors have put the Wolves on the map as the strongest contenders for the chip, now it looks like we're going to have a new sheriff in town, and his name is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. With all this in mind, what do you think about the dominance that Oklahoma presented in Game 4? And more importantly, do you think they can replicate this success in Game 5 and seal the series? Let us know in the comments below, and once you do that, make sure to click on the video that appears on your screen right now.